Before going to Rewired, I had pretty high expectations because this, of course, was not my first year. I've been, I think, to all of them. And so going into it, my expectations for the Lord were for my next steps because I am walking into my senior year, and I really wanted to know what the Lord had in store for me. So going into it, I was praying and seeking His face, asking what my next steps were.
Before I went to Rewired, honestly didn't know what I was expecting. My first time was when I was in 8th grade, or no, 7th grade actually. And I really didn't know what to expect. I knew that when we went there that we was gonna play games and be outdoors and stuff like that. So I thought it was fun, so I gave it a try. And I didn't know what I was expecting, but it was pretty good though.
Before I went to Rewired, I thought it was just gonna be a whole bunch of fun and games. I was excited for the worship, and I really just thought it was just gonna be a very long chapel with a sleepaway night. I was scared, but I was also really excited.
I thought it was just going to be like a service for having fun with your friends and learning about God, but it was so much more than that. It was getting closer to God, it was being prayed over, being blessed, and I'm super thankful for the experience that went on.
While I was at Rewired this past year in 2025, I got a word from the person next to me telling me that I was a chosen person by God. That word really encouraged me because my whole life I felt like I wasn't chosen. I felt like I wasn't enough. So that word really helped me. And I also grew closer to so many of my friends just through the worship, through fellowship, and through talking to them through their hard times as well as I was talking to them through my hard times.
He honestly changed my life. He brought me closer to Him. He taught me more how to be more like Him and how to just be more of a leader.
The Lord had worked for me differently at each Rewired. The first Rewired, I really didn't get nothing, and that was partly my fault. The Word of God was being preached, but I was not listening, and my heart was not willing to accept it. But I would say the second Rewired changed my life the most because that's when I got saved. And when I was at Rewired, during worship, it was the first night, April 13th, 6 o'clock. I remember the time and day. But I was during worship, and what happened was they were leading worship and Jesus came in the room. And I didn't know who came in the room. It was something unfamiliar to me. And I felt the depravity of my situation that, I felt as if, I knew the Word of God. I knew it, I told people it, stuff like that, but I was not living it, and I did not know Jesus. And so I was thinking about who to reach out to, and my buddy was there, Sage, he was there, and so I knew that he was growing in his faith. So I asked him, I told him about that situation. He said, all right, I know what we got to do. And so he took me to Mr. Rudy and Mr. Allen, and so they prayed the sinner's prayer over me that, I'm a sinner and that I need Jesus. And that really struck with me because I don't think I realized that. And after that point on though, I gave my life to the Lord that day, and I've been living for Him since.
While I was at Rewired, it was the first night service. I was being prayed over, and honestly and truthfully, I didn't really feel anything. And 2 nights later, I was at home doing my personal devotion, and I opened the book of 2 Timothy, and I was in chapter 2, and it says in verse 20, "But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay, some for honor and some for dishonor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from the latter, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, and useful for the master, prepared for every good work." And the Lord showed me that my calling was to be a vessel for Him. And that night I went to sleep and I had a dream, and the Lord showed me a vase and flowers, and He said, "You're the vase and I'm the flower. You hold my presence, but no one notices you." And then He showed me a plate and food on it, and He said, "You're the plate, I'm the food. You take me where I need to go, but no one notices you." And so what the Lord did at Rewired was prepared my heart for the message He had for me later.
After Rewired, my life was changed so much.
After Rewired, going along with the thing He told me, I was still seeking and asking, what does that mean in the real world?
some of my sinful things that I've done, like quick to anger, things like that, have slowed down a lot, and just God has been helping with that, and our relationships got much stronger.
Yeah, my life was changed greatly. I mean, every aspect of my life was pretty much changed.
I started reading my Bible more. I was more encouraged. God really just started a fire in myself. I had already been in the ministry class. I had already been sort of being grown up through the Word. I've been a Christian my whole life, but after Rewired, I sort of just exploded for God.
A few months later, the Lord actually showed me that my calling was to be a missionary. Not only to speak the Word of God, but to sing the Word of God. And so after Rewired, again, preparing my heart for what the Lord told me, it was like He removed all the things of my pride that were in the way so that He could again show me that my calling is to be a missionary.
I remember after I got saved the next day, everybody was just, joyous that I was saved. And I really didn't understand that at first. I'm like, so what? I said a prayer, but truly after that, I gave my life to the Lord, and they truly were joyous over me.